What is phone live streaming? Today's church tech tip is about a service called phone live streaming. This is a unique service that will help you connect your stream to your attendees via the telephone. Let's face it, a lot of people can't get to the internet to watch or listen to your service. This product caught my attention for not only that reason, but also for language translation as well as a few other applications. So I reached out to David Plappert from Phone Live Streaming to ask him if we could secure a demo of this product. David, welcome to the Tech Arts Podcast.
David, it's glad to be here. I'm glad to be here.
Two Davids. You're a David, I'm a David, it's all David.
The power of David.
100% David. All right, so tell us a little bit about your product and how it helps churches with their stream.
Yeah, so let me start off by saying, hey, it's awesome to be here. Thank you for having me. And also this is a complete accident. I'm an accidental founder, accidental product. But we've been live streaming in our church for, since Moses parted the Red Sea. So during COVID, we figured out that a lot of our rural, less privileged, homebound, elderly saints actually weren't connecting to our live stream because they either didn't know how to, they were scared to, or they just didn't have internet. And so I built this little phone thing for my church, and it just blew up and took off.
Well, so you say phone thing. Tell me, how does the church connect their stream to your product? Is that easy or is it difficult?
Yeah, so a little bit about me to help set the foundation here. So I'm a IT guy at a small rural church, right? So anything that's got electricity running to it, I've got my fingers in. So I couldn't have another program, application, software, hardware, something that I had to run. And so the big key for me with this is it had to be automated. And so what we were able to do is once you install phone live streaming, which takes about 30 minutes, using RTMP, HLS, or Dash if you have Resi, set us at the destination, and then from service to service, it's exactly run the same, even from before you buy phone live streaming. So it's run the same before and after. It just takes about 30 minutes to install one time, and then you're off to the races. That
sounds very easy. This is very similar to like streaming to a destination like Facebook or YouTube or any other destination that you would stream to. You're just streaming to phone live streaming.
That's it. Yeah.
Tell us exactly what are some of the applications for the product.
Yeah. So let's dive into a little bit of our pillars. So one of our pillars is this RTMP HLS Dash automation piece, right? So anytime you go live, your church service goes live, your phone system gets audio from that live stream. So with that, when you sign up, we will assign you a toll-free phone number. So what that means, anytime you go live, you have a dedicated toll-free phone number now that has audio on it from your live stream. Then we take that and we automatically archive it so people can call in after the fact. But the real magic sauce here is what we call live notifications. This is where people can subscribe, or you can subscribe people from your CHMS system or import them or whatnot. And anytime that you go live, they get a phone call from this toll-free number, and all they have to do is answer the phone. So your church goes live 10 a.m. Sunday morning. Their phone rings 10 a.m. Sunday morning. Hey, XYZ Church is live. 1 second, we'll get you connected to the live stream. And they're listening. And your volunteers, your staff did absolutely nothing. No mute mania, no software to start or manage, nothing like that.
And I think you mentioned this earlier, but people can call in as well, right?
Yeah. So it's an actual phone system that we operate in the cloud for you. So you can see here in this demo account, there's a phone number here that's listed that any outbound calls, these live notification calls will come from, and that people can also call into. So if you're on vacation, I'm normally in service, but I'm on vacation and I'm traveling out, and cell service is on and off again. It's real easy. I can just call in for that week or two I'm on vacation, and then, not have to be worried about getting a phone call every Sunday.
Well, what's really cool about this product, and I'm sure you have some people using it this way, but Spanish translation or language translation, I feel like I'm just kind of watching how this works, and it would make it really easy for somebody to call in. You could promote a phone number and they can get like a Spanish translation or a different language. Are churches using it that way?
Oh yeah. So funny story. When we started this, I had a customer sign up 4 times, and as a developer, the first thing that came into my mind was like, "Hey, something's wrong with the system." Like, so I try to get the customer on the phone. I'm like, "Hey, I'll clean this up. I'll reverse the credit card charges. I'm so sorry." And the guy on the other was like, "No, stop. I wanted 4 lines." And I was like, "Why in the world do you want 4 lines?" He said, we're a mega church out in the Carolinas. We just invested 10 grand a piece for 4 languages, like 6 months before COVID hit. And that equipment's worthless. He said, and we're literally paying pennies to operate your system. And the amount of features that your system has just is way above and beyond what our stuff is. The big benefits with phone live streaming is the on-site and off-site experience are the same, right? So I can be at home, I can be in Florida, I can be in Canada, and the experience, whether I'm on-site, off-site, is the same. And I can broadcast from on-site or off-site. So if you have an off-site team that handles your translation broadcasting, or if you have different campuses, right, you can that all works seamlessly for your listener. The other big thing is bring your own device, right? Especially with COVID, you don't want to be sharing earbuds, right? I can't tell you how many times I've walked into a church and seen, you put the body pack on, shove the earbud in, and then you look at the manufacturer date, it was 8 years ago. Can you imagine how many ears that's been stuck in, right? Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I completely understand that. That's disgusting. But your product allows them to use their own device. It allows them to listen to either a translation or hard of hearing assist or whatever it is. They can promote it on site or off site. It's really cool how it's set up. And I have a question here you guys asked me to ask you, and that was about daily devotionals. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this is another one of those things where I'm learning about this kind of as we go. And we had another church buy 2, 3, 4 phone lines, and they were telling us that they've started rolling this out for a weekly devotional type product. So they have about a 5 to 10 minute call every Wednesday morning, and they get their entire church on the phone, right? So you got a least common denominator. It's the most interrupting type of notification, which is a phone call, and they can do it live. And because of phone live streaming, they can do sim live, right? So they can do like an MP3 recording, record a month or two in advance, queue them up, and they go out. For this particular church, I think do it like 6:45 every Wednesday morning. It goes out to everybody, and it's sim live, so they can sit down in a studio for a couple hours and knock out a quarter's worth of content. And people get to hear from their leaders, and it's just a real quick sync for everybody in your church, which I think is a really cool idea. But then in the past 6 months to a year, we've seen a lot of churches really pick up on that. And it's sometimes it's a prayer focused, but it's normally about 5 to 15 minutes, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Normally it's early in the morning. I've got a couple that do it during lunch break, and a couple that do that kind of thing later in the evening. But yeah, I think that's a really powerful, really cool idea to connect with everybody, because everybody's got a phone.
So tell me a little bit about auto scaling and the stats and analytics that come with that.
So with the Spanish, or with the translation stuff, a big piece of it is stats, right? So normal translation systems, you count how many body packs are out. With our system, you can tell who listened, how long they listened, and then it auto scales, right? So most churches have some type of conference or seminar that they do maybe once a year or whatnot. And so you maybe have 20 or 50 Spanish people, but during that conference, Spanish conference, you'll have 500 or 1,000, right? And so trying to get body packs and rent them or whatever you got to do with this system, it just auto scales, right? So if you got 20 from Sunday to Sunday, Friday through Sunday, you've got 500. Okay, you just pay for that usage for those couple days. You literally don't have to do anything different, and it just works.
How do they get their hands on this product? They just go to the website?
Yeah, so we've got a free trial. Go to phonelivestreaming.com, sign up for a free trial. We've got demo. You can sign up for a demo. We'll walk through it, walk through your specific use case. But yeah, our goal is just to help. If we can help at all, let us know.
David, I want to thank you for showing us this product. I really think it will help the church community. I also want to thank you for sponsoring the Tech Arts Podcast. Phone Live Streaming is now an official sponsor of the Tech Arts Podcast. Matter of fact, We are branding our studios, my little cave here that I broadcast from. We are calling it the Phone Live Streaming Studios. So cool to have you guys sponsoring us. So make sure you check them out at phonelivestreaming.com. David, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, David, thanks for putting up with me, and I enjoyed chatting with you.
DGCM is a 501c3 nonprofit that was started to help churches with all things technical. Whether you need help building a team, finding the right gear, or just a better understanding of the church tech world, DGCM is here for you. Find out more about our free on-site visits, reports, and consulting by going to audiovideolighting.com. Digital Great Commission Ministries will help you run your church service like a pro. Find out more at audiovideolighting.com.